This is Theo Goodman from dgenbet.com, and today we're here with Tim from Monsterbyte, and we're talking about the Monsterbyte ICO that is starting in less than 4 hours. Looks like the countdown is at 3 hours, 24 minutes. Hi, Tim. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's just do a quick tutorial about how someone could participate in the ICO. If you're wondering what an ICO is and what it's all about, just check out the link in the description. And it's basically an opportunity to invest in Monsterbyte company, which owns sports books and casinos. And you can check out all the information at monsterbyte.io/ICO, link in the description. But let's say you know basically what the ICO is and you just want to know how you can take part. Let's check that out.
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to go through a very simple example of buying tokens. So I've already registered and I've confirmed the email address, but if you didn't, you would actually just click register either on the homepage or from the login page, which says, don't you have an account? And you can go through that simple workflow. It's pretty straightforward, just like any other site, but I've already done that. So I'm going to log in here as myself. And basically, the first thing you need to do after you sign in is agree to some terms and conditions. One, indicating that you're not a U.S. citizen. This is pretty standard across the board with all ICOs. The SEC has not made much rulings yet on ICOs. So you need to you cannot be a U.S. citizen or hold a U.S. passport to participate in this ICO. You also need to agree that you've read the terms and conditions and that you are bound by them. The terms and conditions can actually be found down here in the footer. And last, but certainly not least, that you've read the white paper and you have a clear understanding of what this ICO entails, and that any investment, either in Monsterbyte or pretty much, any cryptocurrency or other ICO carries a high degree of risk. So once you agree to those things and get the legal jargon out of the way, you'll be logged into your portal. So this is what it'll look like once this timer goes away. So in about 3 hours, you'll be able to see kind of the price chart. This is based upon current prices, so it is subject to change with the market conditions. And you'll also be able to see your purchase history, and obviously you'll need to tell us what your Waves address is so that we can send you the tokens after the fact. I'm going to go through a very simple example of buying just 20 tokens, which should be, I guess, around $1.60 if my math is right. And you have 5 different choices of how you want to buy. You can use Bitcoin, Waves Coin, Litecoin, Dashcoin, or Ethereum. I'm going to choose Litecoin just because it's fast on the network, and it'll be useful in this exercise. So once I click buy tokens, a unique deposit address, so one-time address is going to be shown here, and instructions on what I need to do. Pretty straightforward. So it's just reiterating what you're doing. You're buying 20 tokens using Litecoin for a total $1.60. So my math was right. And you're going to send this amount of Litecoin to this address. And this is just some disclaimer here. This is a one-time only address. Do not send coins after the fact. They will be refunded. You also agree that your payment must be confirmed within an hour, otherwise it will be refunded. And last, you don't need to keep this page open once you send the coins. It'll do all the work it needs to do behind the scenes, and you'll be sent an email once both the transaction is confirmed on the network and your token purchase is completed. So, and you'll see that kind of in your portal once you're all said and done. So I'm going to send the coins now. This is my Litecoin wallet. And this might take a minute or two, probably a few more, just because the payment provider we're using is about 2 to 3 minutes behind in terms of where they're on the network. But don't fret, that happens for everybody. It's not just you. So if you see something that's confirmed and you're clicking refresh feverishly, it will get locked for you, and you'll still get your tokens at the pre-sale price. So if I click back, I'm back here on the the portal page, you'll notice now I see the record I created. This is the time zone, UTC time, and excuse me, Eastern time zone, Panama time zone. And it shows that it's not confirmed yet, but if we wait here for about 5-10 minutes, I won't take all your time here, but we can refresh this and you'll actually see that it will be confirmed here once it's confirmed on the network. So that's pretty much
Okay.
how easy this is, Theo.
Okay, great. All right, so it says time till pre-sale, 3 hours, 19 minutes. How long is the pre-sale period?
The pre-sale period is either till July 8th, which I think is Friday, or if it sells out. So there's only 2.5 million tokens available in the pre-sale. We're actually only issuing 10 million tokens total as part of the total ICO. So 25% are going to be issued in the pre-sale. It's expected, knock on wood, that this is probably going to sell out within hours, potentially even minutes. Okay. So I think the pre-sale is going to go pretty quick. And then it's probably to lead into your next question. After the pre-sale is complete, we will go live with the general sale roughly 2 days later. So worst case scenario, it's going to happen on the 8th. Best case scenario, it'll happen on the 6th, but we'll send out enough information via social media and press releases to indicate when the general sale is going to open.
Okay, great. And if I take part in the pre-sale, when do I get my tokens?
Well, everybody's going to get their tokens once the ICO is completed. So if it and here's how it's going to work. So if we sell out the pre-sale and the general sale, so the 10 million tokens, that's the end of the ICO. So we plan on issuing the tokens to all users within 7 days after that period. If we don't sell out, and let's just say we sell 7 or 8 million tokens, when the ICO ends on August the 3rd, we will issue out the tokens within 7 days following that period. So basically, whenever it's over, within 7 days, you'll get your tokens.
Okay, good. And just for further discussion, okay, let's say that there's only 9 million out of the 10 million sold. What happens to those extra 1 million? Are they burned, or are they going to be? What's going to happen to them?
They get redistributed back to the principals. So this is all coming from the principals. This is we're giving up equity to do this. So they go back into the principals. We've indicated in both the white paper as well as publicly that we will not be selling we have no desire to sell our tokens on the public market anytime soon. So it's not like if we don't sell the 1 million, we're going to crash the market by selling the 1 million on the DEX or wherever else we're traded. They just kind of go back into our stash, and we'll hold on to them and reap the benefits of actually having had those additional 1 million tokens.
Okay, great. I do have another question just quickly about the history. So a long time ago, you did an offering on Havelock before anyone called any of this stuff ICOs, but essentially an ICO back then. And I think you raised what, $55,000 US?
Yeah, $55,000 US, correct.
And what is it, 2013 or 2012?
It was very early 2014.
Okay, so early 2014. You did raise $55,000, and there are still shareholders, and they were honored. So just for everyone, one reason I'm bringing it up is just to put it. You might ask, why are they asking again for a crowd sale? Well, they didn't really raise a whole lot. $55,000, not really a whole lot anyway. So they didn't really raise a lot in the first place. And secondly, it just goes to show they're honoring all the old shareholders they're going to get these tokens to. So they do have a good record in, doing what they are going to say what they are going to do. And 2014 to 2017 in crypto time is really a long time. So, I don't know what Havelock projects have survived at all. But this is one of the few ones that I think would qualify as surviving. So I think that is an interesting thing. So anyone that's been around a while will know what Havelock is. So essentially, Monsterbyte, was on Havelock under Casino Bitcoin as the name, I believe. And yeah, you guys have still been around that long. So I think that's definitely speaks something for the trustworthiness of the company. I don't know if you want to comment on that, but I just think that's interesting.
No, I appreciate it. And it's, we don't, it's one of the things that we try not to brag, because, we've been through plenty of ups, plenty of downs since that time period. And we kind of appreciate the opportunity and the chance to raise some more capital and invest back into the project and invest in marketing and really get to a spot where we can be a big player, not just in the cryptocurrency game and marketplace, but with our expansion efforts into more traditional gaming too. So everybody on Havelock, there's over 600 users that still were on Havelock. They can register here, and once they log in, they are automatically credited their old Havelock kind of tokens per se, and they can trade those just as just like anybody else participating in the ICO. So it's a reward for them. It's something that we feel good about doing, and we're happy that we're still able to raise additional capital and open this up for a more broader audience, while still taking care of people that took care of us, 3 years back.
Okay. Quick question about the token sale and the Waves address. Can I just participate in the sale and then add my Waves address later?
Yes. And that's right. So if you don't add your Waves address today, that's fine. We'll still let you buy tokens. What we'll do is that as we start issuing the tokens, if we notice that you don't have a Waves address entered, we'll reach out to you via the email you provided and kind of collect that information and have you provide it so we can actually send you the tokens.
Right. Okay. And just for anyone that doesn't know, Waves is its own blockchain, its own platform, and it has a really cool client, and and you can trade the tokens on the Waves platform on the decentral exchange, kind of like Counterparty on Bitcoin, but it has a lot more options. It has different coins, etc. So when we're talking about a Waves address, the token is going to be based on the Waves platform. And so sometime before the complete ICO ends, you're going to need to get a Waves wallet and put your address in there. It's pretty simple. And that brings us to another point directly. Anyone, if you have any questions or you want to talk to us about anything, or maybe you're interested in the white label, provably fair casino software, or you're interested in the sports book and what's going on with it, then come out to the Slack. You can find a link at monsterbyte.io/ICO. There should be a link to the Slack right there, and you can ask everybody questions. You could talk about upcoming sports events and hang out, etc., etc. So we're definitely there to answer any questions. You had a quick, just show us the Waves website really quick so people know that's what it looks like.
Yeah, they have some neat things here. So there's a web client that they have a light wallet, and then they also have a Chrome extension. I'm not going to open either of those just because it gives away a little bit, probably too much info if I open up my version.
Sure.
In terms of what I'm holding.
No problem.
But yeah, this is we like Waves. I think that Waves is Waves is definitely an up and coming platform. We're happy to kind of do this thing with Waves. We found it to be probably a little bit easier than some of the other like Ethereum based ICO solutions. And even on that, right? So when you get the tokens, we're working with that team to actually get it verified. So
exactly,
it's a little bit more of a little bit more credibility that says, yeah, this Monsterbyte stuff is.
So sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I just want to point that out really quick while we're on that topic. So at the end of the ICO, people will get their tokens. Now, when you're on the Waves platform, the only official Monsterbyte token is the one with should have a green check next to it when it's verified by the Waves team in the wallet, so that you don't get an imposter one. So it's pretty easy. They've you can have a green check, and we will have all the information for that. And also regarding that, everybody needs to be really careful about scammers and so on. But it's pretty simple. Don't send anything to anybody that's in a private message, in a chat, that tries to look like one of the people from Monsterbyte company. Don't do that. We're not going to send you a private message saying send here. We're always going to send you to the Monsterbyte.io site that does have SSL, so you can always check that. And if you really are unsure, then you can also ask on Slack, hey, is this the right website? But we're not using any shortened URLs. There's nothing, create nothing fancy as far as that. That is the just trust our website only. We're not doing any other kind of transactions. So just to be clear, there are a lot of ICOs going on. There's a lot of people, unfortunately, that are trying to scam people. But if you just use the official website, you'll be all good. Right, Tim?
That's right. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, great. Okay, any final words, Tim, besides come to the Slack? Anything else?
Come to Slack, if you run into issues, we do have a help desk here, so you can click help and support. This follows everywhere. You can create a ticket, and we'll be doing our best to get those tickets resolved, in a very short time frame. But as Theo mentioned, there's a few folks that are very close to the project on Slack that can help anybody out, and we wish you best of luck to get into the pre-sale, and want to thank everybody for the support we've had, so far, and we look forward to completing this ICO and getting on with our roadmap and doing a lot of good for our token holders.
All right, thanks a lot. Check out all the links in the description. Thanks a lot for watching.